Great, an extension cable. An extension cable, about 8 meters long. The bucket is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy. The bucket is half full of a power socket, but does it have an electricity supply? Huh. Why should the cellar light in Blackmare Castle work? Ugh, it's as gloomy here as in Mordred's poor soul. I'm not going any further. I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden her money in the cellar. What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. There were probably pictures hanging here before. Either they were destroyed in the fire, or were taken down to be restored. Bills, 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 bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? £6,000 is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on it. According to the postmark, it was sent 2 weeks ago. The clock has stopped, probably during the last century. What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The sculpture probably originates from that period. The plinth is probably marble. Maria, the mother of all statues. Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings. It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup. boxes full of stuff. I guess no one would have missed it if it'd been burned. There are some paint buckets drying up here. Who knows if these walls will ever come in contact with it. A stack of old pictures. Looks like they were rescued from the fire. A lot of them have caught smoke damage. A stack of old pictures. A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons.
Oh, beautiful two-handed swords with ground steel blades, shoved up on the wall any old way, and also next to an ordinary flail, as wielded by mere bandits and riffraff. Whoever hung these weapons here had no idea what they were.
There's only one other door in the passage, and it's locked. Strange, none of the keys fit. This is the monitoring equipment and medication Victoria used. Shouldn't Miss Antolini have taken these away with her? Or is someone else from the diocese coming to collect them? Looks like I'll have to take care of it. The White Lady. The great mystery. Hey, what's going on here? The blood is gone. But there's a black mark just where I touched the picture. Or was it there already? No, I'd better not handle it again. If you look out there, you might think it's deepest winter. Or has that more to do with the chill here in the room? Reminds me of Lady Eleanor's castle in Wales, but during better days. When Tom was holding me prisoner there 3 weeks ago, it was already half sunk in the marsh. This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. Huh. There's some pretty big fish being gutted in this picture. It's signed W. Gordon, 1921. I wonder if William painted it. I wonder if there was ever a pretty maiden in this castle. A ladder. Who knows when it was put here, and why? I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. Pretty tall, this greenhouse. It's more like an orangery, where lemon trees are housed over the winter. Looks like Lewis hadn't taken his job seriously for quite some time. Not exactly what you'd expect from a castle garden. The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy-up. Welcome to the jungle. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten. That was a bucket for water. Maybe I can use it for something else. Oh look, a fine piece of English workmanship. Right down to the missing bottom. What have we got here? A garden hose. Hoses have always brought me luck so far. A length of garden hose. Looks about half a meter long. It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse. A statue. Is that the White Lady? I doubt it, she's too scantily dressed. Oh God, I see her everywhere, even though she's not there at all. Still, it's a shame she's got so dirty. A statue. Is that... Oh God. It looks like the gardener is the murderer, or, like Lewis, got wrapped up with a murderess. That must have been one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off. That was probably a rake handle once. A withered plant. It says Valeriana walrathi on the label here. A withered plant. A withered plant. A withered plant. Nothing more than that. The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other. The tiles here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them. So where does that lead to? Far down, in any case. It looks like an old well shaft. There's a case on a sort of ledge. Who put that there? Who knows what could be moldering at the bottom of this well? There's a draft of warm air rising up from down below. I think it must be wastewater from the castle. Whoever put that case there didn't want anyone to get it. I need something like a fishing rod or a stick with a hook on it. If the stick wasn't wood but a magnet, then maybe. But this won't hold. That is a mighty fine and certainly valuable item. Far too good for Phil. I've attached the clamps to the stick. In theory, you could now attach even more stuff to it. A long wooden stick with pipe clips on it. Excellent. I now have a sort of grappling hook. Not that pretty, but rare.
I'll need to use all my skill here, otherwise it's gonna fall off of the ledge. Got it.
A black plastic case. Let's see what's in it. A 10-pound note, a bottle of wine, and a notebook. Maybe it could tell me something about the owner. Aha! Here on the first page it says, Henry Stanton. What did our Henry write about then? Well, that's interesting. He appears to have been some kind of informant. At least, he recorded everything meticulously when he saw any castle residents in the tea room. 3 o'clock p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4 o'clock p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. And it goes on in the same vein. And here's a drawing of a horse. Durgham Gordon. Let's see. Ah, this is him. Married to Lillian Gordon. Durgham Gordon. Let's see. Ah, this is him. Married to Lillian Gordon. Let's see. Maybe this Durgam Gordon is here somewhere. Looks like there's no Durgam Gordon among these. The only names are Lillian, Garmer, and Lothar Gordon. The other pictures just have the year. Lillian Gordon was Durgam's wife. Her portrait was painted in 1662. Here's one dated 1659. It could be Durgam. I can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back either. The frame is charred, but the fire doesn't seem to have touched the picture. This must be the portrait of Durgam Gordon. I can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back either. The piece of frame seems to be loose here. Maybe it got broken in transit. It doesn't look like the piece just broke off accidentally. It was sawed off. What's this? There are 7 small holes here. A charred piece of picture frame. There are 2 metal pins in it. 7 small holes. Maybe that's a kind of repair technique. The toothpicks can be pushed about 2 centimeters into the holes, but that alone won't help me. The holes vary in depth. The toothpicks fit into the holes at different depths. Now I only have to find a way of getting them out as they are. A great idea in theory, but not so good in practice. The foam would glue the whole frame, and I wouldn't be able to get the toothpicks out. The toothpicks fit into the holes at different depths. Now I only have to find a way of getting them out as they are. A great idea. I'll break the toothpicks off at all the same length, and then put them in the holes in the piece of frame. That way I'll have a copy of the key. A masterful display of improvisation. Maybe not as beautiful as the original, but I hope it works just as well. This is the horse Henry described in his notes. So, Fury, where's your secret? Well, if that's not a button... Am I just imagining it, or are those actually scuff marks? Nothing's happening. 7 small holes all next to each other. These could be used for ventilation if any of Mordred's colleagues are living in there. But it kinda looks like you put something into them. There you go. It fits. I heard a clicking sound. Ha! That's it. Whoa! There must be thousands of pounds in here. No one had better know about this. The inspector would have a field day. I'll just take a few bills with me as payment for the useful Mr. Gregg. Wow, a really ancient letter from Mordred's time, with a coat of arms and a seal. Looks like it was from a king. The letter is from a scribe of Pope Innocent III. It contains instructions for further procedure in terms of the incident with Mordred. Letter from the Holy Father Pope Innocent III to the faithful follower Lord Marcus Gordon, Duke of Blackmere. Esteemed Lord Marcus Gordon, I am writing in great anguish concerning the developments in the case of Mordred. My instructions regarding further modi operandi are to be carried out immediately as follows. Firstly, I demand the utmost secrecy and the sealing of all entrances to the ritual room. Furthermore, an academy will be established to conduct more thorough research into the possibilities for the 5 small portals. Concerning the large portal, all records and documentation are to be sent to the Vatican immediately, as the very foundations of Christendom would be shaken should its existence become generally known. Any talk, thoughts, or writings regarding the Shade Portal shall be deemed an act of heresy and shall be punished in accordance with the rules of the Fourth Lateran Council. Therefore, until the papal revocation to decree otherwise, the Gordons are henceforth responsible for ensuring that no one comes too close to the Shade Portal. With great faith in you and unending trust in God, I send you my apostolic blessing from the Vatican, 29 Septembris 1213, on the feast day of the Holy Archangel Michael, Innocent III, formed from the earth, conceived in sin, born to be punished. Should man commit an evil act that is forbidden, a shameful act that ill behooves him, a vain act that is of no use, he shall in the end become fuel for the fire, food for the worms, and a heap of putrefaction. De miseria conditionis humanae, on the misery of the human condition. Someone has written something on the back, but the writing doesn't look as old as on the front. The menhir in the hall must be hidden. The menhirs that stand around the castle seem to be directly connected with the demon gates. I wonder if that's what Victoria was trying to tell me before she died. I should note down the location of the menhirs on my map. I'll close the safe again, just in case. That's almost 800 pounds. That'll be enough for the construction guys. The letter is from a scribe of Pope Innocent III. It contains instructions for further procedure in terms of the incident with Mordred. Letter from the Holy... Someone has written something. The menhir...